Let's start with this. All right. So first batch of articles. The first thing we're going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, Splitgate is in trouble. Now, for those who don't keep up with the news, a couple weeks ago we had the Summer Games Fest press conference, which is the replacement for E3 ran by Jeff Keighley. And during the show, Splitgate launched. So to celebrate, the CEO paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to get on stage and promote his game. And instead of using that money and that time wisely to say, hey, we got this cool new game, it's free to play with crossplay, come check it out, we got new game modes, da-da-da-da-da-da, he spent half the time shitting on other games and the other half wearing a hat. A hat that looked like a hat people wear that currently got us involved in this new war in the Middle East. Now, it didn't say make America great again, but it was a parody of it, and I think it said make FPS great again, and that pissed a lot of people off. So naturally, he had to go on social media and defend himself and say this wasn't my political stance, da-da-da-da-da-da. And regardless, if you feel like people are too sensitive or whatever side of the political aisle you're on, one thing I think we can all agree on is, and I'm just going to give you guys some advice if you ever want to create your own business. If your goal is to make money, shut the fuck up. Just focus on making your money, putting out a good product, because what he did came across as tone deaf. He may be telling the truth. He may not be a Trumper, but it was very tone deaf. Just focus on your product. So what happened is after he wore that hat, he got a lot of backlash on social media, and it kind of made the launch of Splitgate 2 stumble out the gate, which is unfortunate because I played the game. I played the game for several weeks in a row on stream, and I'm going to be honest, I like the game despite of what happened. I'm not going to change my opinion on that. Like, I like the game. But the people who didn't try it, they say fuck him now. And on top of that, they had some controversy around the bundles, the microtransactions in the game. It was like $120 or something like that for the bundle. They had to drop the price down. So between the price and the politics, people was not fucking with this game. And I guess the numbers are not where they need to be, because according to this article, Splitgate's rough launch leads to layoffs, and the boss is now not taking a salary. Splitgate 2 developer 1047 Games has revealed that it was made a series of job cuts. This comes just 2 weeks after the launch of Splitgate 2 and suggests that the game is not performing as well as projected. On top of this, 1047 co-founders Ian and Nicholas say that they will not take a salary as post-launch development of Splitgate 2 continues. If I could add something to that, to be fair, I'd argue you can't take a salary when you're not making any money. So you're not impressing anybody, nigga. You don't have us. You have no money. The studio says that it's still committed to building the game for it despite the layoffs, which is unfortunate. Today, we parted ways with a small group of valued 1047 game team members, reads a statement put on the company's LinkedIn page. We're sad to see our teammates go, and we are actively working to help them secure new opportunities. Further, our co-founders Ian and Nicholas have opted to not take salaries as we lock in to deliver the next phase of the project. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. When you don't shut the fuck up and just focus on putting out a good product, trying to be funny, it affects your employees. I would be pissed if I was a former employee to them, because you worked years on this game really hard.
Someone just resub.
It's unfortunate to see what's happened to this game, because the first Splitgate was good. It kind of had its own little niche audience for like 2 years. Then a couple big streamers played it. It got super popular. And then unfortunately, at the peak of its popularity, when it went crossplay and it came to console, Halo Reach came out and it was free to play and it killed the game. So I always felt bad for Splitgate. But I gotta say, man, you're now 0 for 2. And this time is your fault. I can't feel bad for you. So there is a lesson to be learned here, jokes aside. I don't care what you want to do in life. If you want to be a psychologist, a doctor, you want to have a law firm, you want to write your own comic books, you want to have a hardware store, a lemonade stand, whatever business you want to have in life, you should probably shut the fuck up. Just focus on making a good product and stop trying to be funny. This is the worst thing about the internet, man. A lot of y'all think y'all funny because you got a couple retweets off a joke you stole. Guess what, nigga? You're not. Anyways, next topic, Mind's Eye. They're back in the news. Mind's Eye developer Build a Rocket Boy begins the layoff process amid disastrous launch, the studio sources say. This one is less surprising. I mean, the game fucking sucks. The only person who likes it is in the chat right now. His name is Siggy Guns. If you haven't been keeping up with Mind's Eye, aka, oh, can you hit the pokey? Yeah, I got you.
Nigga, you ain't funny. Only lame niggas say that shit.
That was for the 1047 group for Splitgate 2. Mind's Eye, aka Pink Eye, is not selling well because the game is launched in a buggy state. Terrible frame rates, T-poses everywhere, glitching through the map. The gameplay is just horrible. The story is horrible. The visuals are horrible. Just all around. A horrible game reminiscent of the early 2000s, an era a lot of you forgot about. But Pink Eye, it seems like because it's selling so bad, there are another layoffs, which is unfortunate. Build a Rocket Boy has confirmed IGN's report that the redundancy process has begun at the studio, issuing a statement that failed to say how many staff may be affected. It must be bad if they're afraid to say how many people got fired. We can confirm that we have had to make the painful decision to notify our hardworking team of some internal changes at Build a Rocket Boy. While we are working to reassign roles for as many of those impacted by the changes as possible, sadly, we are initiating a formal consultation process that may result in redundancies. This decision has not been made lightly, and we are committed to handling this process with transparency, fairness, and respect for all employees. We will provide further details to the team over the coming weeks. And I really feel bad for... You know, jokes aside about Pink Eye, I feel bad for the developers. Imagine being a kid that's fresh out of college. You got your degree in game development, and it's hard to get a job in any field because the unfortunate thing about work is in order to get work, you need experience, but you can't get experience unless you can get work. So a lot of times it's you just begging somebody to give you a chance. And when you finally break through and you get that chance, imagine this is the first major AAA game that you've worked on. And the main reason you signed on board is not only did you need work, but you got word that the former head producer of Rockstar Games is working on this game. You're thinking this is your big breakthrough. And then you get there and you see nothing but mismanagement. The higher ups are not listening. Deadlines are not being hit. And because of it, and they're not listening to feedback as well from the team. And because of it, the product fails. I can relate to that. Ladies and gentlemen, I just subscribed G4 TV. The launch of Mind's Eye has been a significant milestone for Build a Rocket Boy, but we know that we still have a lot more to do to grow our community in the coming years. The challenges we faced have only strengthened our resolve. Yeah, whatever, bro. I hope the people who did get laid off find new jobs, man. Jokes aside, you never want to see nobody lose their job, especially in this economy, man. We got to pay these bills, dog. But it is what it is. Next story I got for you. What's the name? There's a new zombie game that's coming out called The Blood of Dawnwalker. It's made by some former developers of The Witcher 3. They left that studio and created their own studio, and this is going to be their first game. Kami's got some details about it. It'll be an open world RPG from ex-developer devs, playing both human and vampire form, which greatly affects the story and the world. Directional combat, like, what is KCD2? Pick which direction to attack, defend, or parry. KCD2. What does that stand for? Does anybody know what that stands for? KCD2. I'm trying to think. I was gonna say Kingdom. Is it Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? Okay. How we feel about Kingdom Deliverance 2's combat? Let me know, chat. Separate skills for humans and vampire form in one shared tree. Health only regenerates at night. Makes sense you're a vampire. Eat to heal during the day. You start each night with a bloodthirst of blood that needs to be quenched. I hate it. The combat's fire. It's ass. It seems like it's 50-50 in the chat. I thought y'all loved that game. Y'all was telling me that's a game of the year contender. Choose from multiple different approaches to complete a quest. Large towns with interactable NPCs and dynamic hints and events that can lead to secret quests and treasure. Depending on what... So wait, why do y'all love Kingdom Deliverance 2? Because y'all was trying to get me to play that shit. And now I'm seeing mixed reviews. Depending on what form you're in and the choices you make, the outcome of the quest greatly varies. No two playthroughs will be alike. Vampire mode can climb rooftops and has more traversal abilities. Quests must be completed within a certain number of days. Fight against both human and vampire enemies, and it's releasing in 2026 for console and PC. We have an overview video right here. But we are gonna put this on fucking 1.2. Let's check it out. This is more positive news. New IP. Game is top tier. It's amazing. It's grounded. It seems like for the people that love it, it seems like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is an acquired taste. It's not for everybody because the people who like the game in the chat, it seems like you really love it, but the people who hate it really hate it. It's no in between, which sounds like, in my opinion, that's a game you should get on a Steam sale because that's a big risk. You don't know if it's not a universal thing. But I wouldn't call it ass then. It's an acquired taste. All right, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. You're not gonna like it? I wasn't gonna play it. I don't really like that medieval shit like that. There's exceptions like The Witcher 3, but usually I don't like that stuff.
Hello, my name is Daniel Sadowski and I'm the design director at Rebel Wolves. I would like to welcome you to the Blood of Dawnwalker summer gameplay video. Our game is a story-driven, open-world dark fantasy RPG set in medieval Europe. The game is currently in pre-beta stage, and what we are going to show you is just a part of one of the mid-game quests. It's a really cool story involving legendary swords and a haunted almshouse, but today we'll focus on showcasing our gameplay systems. We're starting on the outskirts of Svatro, the game's largest city and the capital of Vale Sangora. From here, we could head anywhere the eye can see, explore ancient ruins or sabotage vampire blood transports. But it's not just about where or when you go. It's also about how you approach the main quest and shape the story, making each playthrough.
I pray it's something, because they just showed a big open world. I pray it's something in this open world to do, and it's not just me riding around on a fucking horse, because I'm tired of that shit.
Uniquely your own. For now, we're following the road. Cohen is on his way to the city's cathedral, chasing leads about...
Does this game seem dark to y'all?
...to be hidden in its crypts. But first, we'll have to deal with some bandits who camped out by the main road. Traveling through Vale Sangora is never boring. The world is dense with quests, random encounters, and locations steep in lore. This will be a great opportunity to show you our combat system. Our goal was to make the player feel like a real swordmaster who closely observes his enemies. We'll begin this fight by using acrid dust to stun.
Oh, this looked like a mix between Batman Arkham and kind of like Mass Effect.
One of the enemies. Now, when you attack, you choose one of 4 directions. Up.
What game is this? The Blood of the Dawnwalker.
Hit the opponent where he's unable.
It's a new IP from some former developers of The Witcher.
And similarly, when defending, you have to take note of the enemy's intent and the direction of the attack. On the left side of the
Witcher 3 combat vibes type shit.
You have activation charges that will be filled in with each successful attack, block, and parry. Once they are full, you can use one of the active abilities which allow you to take a more tactical approach to fighting. We started the fight by throwing some acrid dust. And now let's cast Burning Blood. It's a hex which boils the enemy's blood and burns their skin, dealing physical damage over time.
He throwing booty dust in people's face. That's kind of fire.
Let's use the final activation charge to cast the artery attack, which actually
dismemberment
decapitated the last opponent. Our hero quickly dispatched the bandits, so let's loot a few items they've left behind and open the inventory.
Shout out to Ethan with the sub.
First of all, let's replenish our health by eating something, and then take a closer look at this cool-looking weapon we just picked up. Ah, it has better stats than our current weapon, so let's equip it right now.
Yeah, but is the
We've also leveled up, so let's use this opportunity to spend the newly acquired skill point in one of Cohen's skill trees. The skills in the Blood of Dawnwalker are divided into 3 trees, one for human, one for vampire, and one shared between the 2. We also have an active abilities panel. We can use it to unlock additional abilities to use during combat. Note that during the...
I hope this game lets you, like, bite anybody you want, because I'm not going to hold you. If you can play a vampire game where I could just run around town and suck off everybody, that'd be lit.
The health bar is not regenerating. You need to find consumables like the one we've just eaten. The hexes we've just used also consume some of Cohen's health. Be aware of that. The way our magic system works, there's always a price to pay for manipulating reality. But we can make it sting a bit less. Let's
say what I said.
Frugal witchcraft skill, so next time we'll cast a hex, it'll consume fewer of Cohen's health points. Now that we've wrapped up the encounter with the bandits, we can be on our way to get inside the city. Right now, Cohen hasn't done enough to ruffle the vampire lord's feathers, so the guards will just wave us.
Where did Juke join in this game? Wrong time period.
The more suspicious and aggressive they'll become. So when you play the game yourself, you'll have to decide whether you want to challenge the vampires openly, or lay low until you're ready to strike and surprise them.
So it's almost kind of like Infamous. Like if you take the darker path where you're playing vampire more, like people will notice and they'll be more suspicious of you.
It's even bigger than I remembered. And it's grander than before. They're putting in new stage.
How I feel about Game 7 yesterday? Unfortunate. I see a lot of people on Twitter saying that OKC's ring is fake. I'm not gonna say it's fake because I mean they did play a good series, but it does put like the Game 7 with him getting injured right at the beginning of the game, and it was really close, and then he got injured and it got out of control. It's hella unfortunate. You kind of got to put an asterisk next to it. I'm not gonna call it fake, but it's like sucks, you know. It sucks. I was rooting for the Pacers.
Glass. But Kanyaz doesn't deny.
Yeah, he started hot too.
This is the rich district of the city, Silberkreis. There's also Altenmarkt, Neustadt, and the Middens. Each of the boroughs has its own feel and character.
Get your stinking ass out of here.
Yeah, injuries are a part of the game. It's like it's not OKC's fault. I will say that series exposed who's real basketball fans and who's not. Because regardless of who you were rooting for, that series was fucking great. If you like basketball, that was a great series.
Looming high over the city is Brensis's castle, Greifberg. He took it over when he slaughtered the human ruler of the valley, Skender.
Shout out to Flame with the sub.
Shared with you earlier in January this year. In order to complete the
best finals since 2022,
family, you'll have to storm the.
Shout out to SGA putting Chet Holmgren in his backpack. That nigga sucks.
Alone or with help of friendly NPCs.
That man is inconsistent, boy.
Right now, if
I never seen somebody 7'3" under the rim miss so many easy ass shots. I think I seen him miss a fucking alley oop too.
That means you have to.
That nigga put him in his backpack. Yo, shout out to Virgil with the sub. Appreciate it. He's timid. Like if Chet develops a mid range, he don't even gotta have a 3. If he develops a mid range, kind of like Dirk, back to the basket fadeaway type shit, and he's got good rim protection, OKC's gonna be unstoppable. But SGA put the team in his backpack.
Oh, left me. I just want to.
Chill, we gotta push the Chet agenda for nationalism.
And it's not that kind of in.
Let's check the map. The cathedral is really close. There's plenty of other places to see and things to do here. A couple of inns, a medic, a blacksmith, an armorer, and other merchants.
Big ass open world map. Oh my lord.
You can.
Yeah, I saw the KD trade.
Vampires came out of the shadows.
I'll be honest. I don't care. Like, KD hasn't done anything since he left. Like, I feel like KD kind of, I don't want to say ruined, but he definitely kind of put his legacy kind of down there. He didn't do nothing before playing with Curry, and he hasn't done anything after. But Curry did win afterward. Like, it's tainted, yeah. Like, you're going to another team, that's cool. But like, they got a good roster, Houston, with Sangoon and now and KD. But I don't. He's just not a leader to me. I don't believe it.
This creature on the right is called an Uriash. Look around, especially at night.
Yeah, Min Thompson is cool. Yeah,
lots to fear, not just the vampires. And here we can see guards pounding on some poor guy's doors.
What is it about? Singing songs that mock and defend.
I'll change. Hey, if he wins with Houston, though, I'll change my opinion on him. I'll say that much.
This nonsense. Was it Livia?
It's just one of many different community scenes we're implementing in the game. Watch them closely.
I don't care about all this walking, bro. Come on, bro. Show some action. If you're scared, go to church.
The baptism of a newborn is a solemn moment, doubly so. A new life joins our flock, bringing happiness to its parents and to the congregation.
This nigga called Kevin Durant in the chat a basketball mercenary. I don't know why that's so funny, bro. A basketball mercenary is crazy, bro. He goes to the highest bidder.
Natus ex sanguine est, alitur sanguine, et in sanguine morietur.
How you even get your hair like that?
Ego te baptizo in nomine Dei. Amen.
Bro, this smaller YouTuber's getting hate just for calling the Switch 2 mid. Be careful. I don't care. It's the internet, bro. It's a piece of plastic. There's nothing a nigga could ever say to me on the internet. I would just turn my fucking computer off. I'm talking about, and especially a Nintendo nigga, not no Yoshi hat wearing ass nigga. Nah, he wasn't talking about me, nice. He wasn't talking about me.
Don't I know you from somewhere, young man? Laslia, maybe?
The graphics are alright. Okay, so you get to choose what you want to say.
Am I? Perhaps. Perhaps. My memory isn't what it used to be. Come with me. I'll take your confession.
Thank you, but I have no need for confession.
Ah, so you deem your conscience clear?
I wouldn't go that far.
His hairline is crazy.
I'm sure you're a busy man.
Yeah, he went to the barber and said, just leave the hairline. Like, what the
My
fuck?
soul shouldn't be your priority.
I won't press the matter. You are quite correct. I have many other duties to attend to. But please remember that in order to be saved, we all need to repent. My
Let me get a bowl cut, just the brim. That's fucking funny, bro. Nigga, middle of this nigga head cold as hell.
You, Cohen?
What we saw right here was just
Nah, he sat in the barber chair and said, let me get the hula hoop. Let me get the Saturn cut.
many cutscenes we recorded for the game, which smoothly transitioned into a dialogue scene. We
Right,
used
right, right.
cutscenes to highlight key scenes or showcase interesting bits of lore. Like this blood baptism. Creepy, isn't it? The core feature of the Blood of Dawnwalker is the dual gameplay loop. Remember, Cohen may be a human during the day, but he turns into a vampire at night, and has a different set of skills at his disposal. And this is just one variable that affects our quests. Depending on when you tackle a particular quest, what choices you've made earlier, whom you befriended, or whom you've angered, your gameplay and story experience will be very, very different.
We like
each
that,
quest
we
is
like
a
that.
complex structure with multiple possible paths leading to the end goal. We maximize players' freedom and agency, offering you a narrative sandbox to play in. I wonder what secrets may be concealed up there, just beyond Cohen's reach. And how do we get there? It's impossible to do during the day, but come night, it's an entirely different story. Let us explain what we mean by taking our current quest as an example.
Rated our whole Kage, so start twerking to confuse the new viewers.
Yo, shout out to Kate out with the big raid. Appreciate you, big dog.
During the day, we got inside the cathedral without any problems, since it's open for all to see and Cohen doesn't yet stand out from the crowd. The scaffolds, though, are outside of his reach. But climbing them won't be a problem for the vampire, who has many more exploration abilities at his disposal. Bear in mind, Cohen has not completed the quest yet.
He said what he
What's
said,
more,
chat.
there are still a few clues to be found in order to solve this story.
I hope the
It's worth
parkour on the
mentioning that
buildings is
narrative
fun.
Sandbox also means that we may completely abandon this quest.
Like,
and
how does he
follow a different
move?
path to defeat Brensis. For today, we're focusing on the gameplay part, so let's
Like, I want to move like Morbius. Did y'all see the movie Morbius? The way he was like teleporting and shit. Can we do that on buildings? That'd be
see
fun.
how we could tackle this particular quest during the night. We're starting right after dusk as a vampire on the rooftops of Svatro. Right now, we have
looks
22 days left
janky.
to complete this goal. This counter is always displayed, and you'll be.
Nigga, ain't nobody watched it. I watched Morbius. Don't disrespect Morbius. Morbius is the #1 ranked movie on Apple TV the year it came out. Don't do that.
Pushed forward. So you have to be aware of the time, and it's more of a research.
Yeah, they need to pull the
than
camera back, I feel like.
As a vampire, you'll see and experience the world from a
Holy
different
shit.
perspective. You
Someone
can travel
just
quickly and
resubbed.
easily access places beyond the reach of regular humans. Let
Shout
us
out to
show you
Eli
what
with the
we do.
sub.
This is Shadow Step, a unique vampiric ability.
So you can do a little
allowing Cohen
teleport.
to jump to almost any place within his reach. Now, let's take a good look
Yeah,
around.
so good it
using
came
the
out
focus.
twice in theaters.
This ability highlights objects of interest and loot. And there is something right here. This time, it's just some items to grab, but on other occasions, who knows? You
It's just a dead body on the roof. Nobody got that big.
might come across a hidden quest. Looks like our health is quite low. This is because, as a vampire, your health bar also
As long as you can keep teleporting, I'm cool with the parkour in this. It could be better, but like I wish it was a little bit more flashy. But as long as it's easy to get across the roof, that's cool. Yeah, the jump animation is kind of mid.
represents your hunger level, and you start each night thirsting for blood. Remember, you have to quench this appetite in order to make full use of your vampire abilities, and rein in your monstrous nature around NPCs. Otherwise, you may end up draining someone important, which may lead to unpredictable consequences. We'd better feed then. Maybe on someone who is standing all alone. Like this drunkard.
Every night you gotta suck somebody up.
Let's grab him and use Voracious Bite ability. Unless you lose control due to hunger, you get to decide how much blood to drink. You can drain just a bit and knock your victim unconscious, or go all the way and kill them. And if you're adamant you don't want to hurt innocent humans, you can drink from animals and some other creatures. Finally, we are at the cathedral, but it seems to be closed for the night, and the entrance gate is well guarded. Let's find another way in.
He ain't going to the plasma center. What game is this? The Blood of a Dawnwalker. It's a new game, some former Witcher 3 devs.
Shadow Step is not the only vampiric ability you're gonna learn during your playthrough. Cohen can also use Plane Shift to scale walls and even ceilings smoothly.
Okay.
This will allow us to explore every nook and cranny of the cathedral.
Spider-Man.
Blood to blood.
Bro, why is this shit so dark?
Is that Where's Xante? What the hell is she doing here?
It's got to be the YouTube video.
Is that a ritual for the blood gods?
You shall watch for nothing.
They're covering up the old paintings. Why? One of the workers must have left it. Seems that the cathedral complex is quite big. A main building, cloisters, inner courtyard. The entrance to the crypt could be anywhere. Wouldn't get anything done just standing around. Still.
This was a scene investigation, a mechanic we used to zoom in on and showcase key clues. This time we had a chance to learn more about the vampire's plans. Looks like they're keen to cover up the old frescoes, so that's something we could take a look at. This way we could learn more about the cathedral's past.
Who's doing the voice acting? Oh, I don't know. This is the first time I've ever really shown
Looks
the
like
gameplay.
We aren't alone here. Underneath us, there's a group of blood guards, soldiers hooked up on vampire blood, which makes them stronger. And
What the
one
hell?
of Princess's vampire allies. It's Xanthi, the oldest vampire in Vale Sangora, and quite a powerful lady. Let's descend and check what's going on.
They like vampire version of Bane.
Don't think I don't see you skulking in the shadows. Come out.
So they about to have a suck off. Shout out to Jers99 with the sub.
My task.
Loyal fan base.
Who are you?
Not as loyal as Amy's dumbass is to me.
It doesn't matter.
Very well. I don't have time for interruptions. Let us dispose of him. Quickly. You withstood it. Fascinating.
Yeah, they gotta pull the camera back, man.
Calls to attack when in vampire form. Blood guards are dual-wielding opponents. Their attacks are pretty strong. Of course, even when fighting with claws, combat is still directional.
You can't see the other enemies because the
Cohen can
camera's
still
too
use his
close.
sword as a vampire.
You haven't lived long.
Ooh.
Only after defeating all three of the blood guards, Xanthi deems Cohen worthy of a challenge, and she descends to face him. She uses her blood control powers to cast a multitude of attacks, like her blood whips that hit Cohen from left and right. Xanthi is protected by a powerful
I'm confused. If I'm a vampire and she whips me with blood, wouldn't I like that? Like, why would that hurt me?
vampire ability. Once her stamina runs out, Cohen will have an opportunity to strike and deal some damage. But be careful, cause Xanthi is quick to counterattack and she will also try to restore her blood. Meanwhile,
It's period blood, yo, chill.
her health and stamina. It's a timer for the boiling blood skill that you've seen in the CGI trailer. So, if we don't hurry, the timer goes down to 0 and Cohen will eventually explode. And remember, we were all
That was a crazy death.
and Xanthi is one of the game's most punishing enemies.
What the fuck? It's pre-beta footage. I'll say I see the potential in the game. The combat looks cool, but they got to pull the camera back, and then like they got to clean up the animations like on the parkour and stuff. Yeah, I'm like 50-50 on it. I got to see more gameplay. It's still early development, but like I see the potential in the game. The voice acting's already good and the story seems interesting. And like, we'll keep an eye on this one. It looks interesting. The voice acting sucks at the moment. That didn't bother me. It was just like, okay. Dead Man Wonderland type of shit. I hate the camera. Yeah, pull that shit back so we can see more of the action. It looks okay. We'll keep an eye on that. So that, yeah, the name of that game is The Blood of Dawnwalker, made by some former Witcher devs. It's got potential. It's got potential. New IP, new IP, new IP. Other news I got for you in this batch of articles. Sonic Racing Crossworlds officially reveals Nickelodeon collaboration. Who's ready for Shoshonic?
Time to slip ahead. Yeah, where to next?
He's back. Shadow and Maria. Thank you. SpongeBob confirmed. So the rumors are true. Patrick's there.
Bye-bye.
Fucking hate this job. Shit, this might be more fun than the Mario Kart. I like the last Sonic Racer. Yo, Nickelodeon's wild for promoting Tyler this weekend. I saw that on my TikTok For You page for the Kids Choice Awards. It's not that Tyler's there. It was like the song, because it's supposed to be a Kids Choice Awards. And in the video, they were promoting the Make You Sweat. I'm like, bro, she like half naked. Isn't this a kids award show? Like, what the fuck? So it's not the artist. It's just what they promoted. It was kind of weird.
You ready to race?
Shit, they gave The Weeknd a song for singing about coke. You're right. It's not the same Nickelodeon. Ninja Turtles? Hey. I thought they would have showed more besides SpongeBob. Oh, okay, Ninja Turtles, Avatar. Man, show the gameplay. Available September 25th. Yo, September is stacked. Okay, so it has been confirmed they're going to have Minecraft Steve, SpongeBob and Patrick, the Ninja Turtles, and Avatar Aang. But if you pre-order today, you get the Werehog pack and Sonic Prime characters. That's where Tails is dressed like Dr. Ock. But the Werehog, one of the classic Sega games. Pre-order today. Anyways, looks cool. Persona's in the game too. That was a rumor? Chicken jockey. First image of the Xbox Quest 3S leaks online. We have a new VR headset coming for all 2 people who still care. An image of the Meta Quest 3S Xbox Edition has surfaced online, seemingly confirming today's rumor that a new announcement of the device will come in the next week. Update. Insider Gaming has independently verified that the Xbox Quest 3S has already been sent to some retailers, so it's already floating around. Xbox has been on a massive multi-platform push, recently announcing its Asus ROG partnered handheld console and confirming a partnership with AMD for the next-gen console now. Meta Quest 3S Xbox Edition packaging leaks online. Image shows on Twitter. Let me see. Oh yeah, looks like it's real. Is it just an Xbox branding? A few hours ago, details of the new Xbox Edition Meta Quest leaked online and reportedly will cost $400 and feature 3 months of Xbox Game Pass and have 128 gigabytes of storage, according to the source. So it's just Xbox branding and it comes with a Game Pass. I mean, I guess that's cool if you're interested in VR. I mean, you get Game Pass with it. Since we're on the topic of fucking Game Pass, you know what I would have wished I said, and I just remembered when I was watching back the video when I was refuting the points of the guy that was talking about how modern gaming is ass. I wish I would have brought that up too. I forgot, but like another reason modern gaming isn't ass is Game Pass and then the PlayStation Plus, their version of Game Pass. Man, if I would have had that shit when I was a kid, it's very fascinating to me that people will get on the internet and hold up a phone to their face and say modern gaming sucks. There's nothing to play when you could pay $10 a month and get hundreds of games for free, damn near. I'm like, bro, and then you go on to proceed and say that gaming sucks because there's not enough games with balls and guns in it, bro. Like, I need 20 different basketball games and I need 20 different GTA clones. I'm like, bro, Game Pass is right there. Like, I have more points I just refuted. I'm like, you guys just need to find a new hobby, man. It is what it is. What's the cost? 400. He's gonna say something dumb like we had GameFly and Blockbuster. It's not the same thing because it's instant with the Game Pass. He said there's even decent mobile games. There's even decent mobile games. TBH, I got Game Pass for the Gears beta. Now I'm wondering, should I get Metaphor or Expedition 33? You can get them both. You don't have with Game Pass. You can download whatever you want. It's not like you can only do one thing at a time. You can download it, bro. Just play. They don't play games for real. They just want to complain for views. It is what it is, man. Single-handedly getting through the work shift. What up, DJ Live? Could make a video on why gaming is not being dead. Gaming's biggest problem is capitalism and greed. But in terms of variety, it's more variety than ever, I'd argue. Monster Hunter Wilds hits just 18% rated on Steam, drops to mostly negative reviews. Guys, what happened? I remember people were saying this was going to be a Game of the Year contender, and it seems like people don't like the game. Me personally, I thought it was cool, but I didn't feel the need to grind for more monsters and like armor. I felt like it was a little redundant. Let's see what they're saying. Monster Hunter Wilds is not doing well, at least not on Steam. This open world game, the latest entry in Capcom's hugely popular series, has seen its Steam reviews plummet. Monster Hunter Wilds' recent rating is down to overwhelmingly negative, and 2018's Monster Hunter World has more concurrent players than Wild. What? Am I sponsored by Xbox? No, I'm not sponsored by Xbox, bro. Y'all gotta stop doing that shit too. This nigga just give a positive opinion about Xbox? Oh boy, that's another problem too. Like, am I sponsored by? I would have to legally say I was sponsored by them. I would get in trouble. So what's going on for Capcom and Monster Hunter Wilds? While is this monster dispatching open world game disliked? The problem stem from Monster Hunter Wilds' apparent performance. It is. So some of the negative reviews do criticize the game's controls, and the others accuse it of being dumbed down compared to Monster Hunter World. The people who are hardcore Monster Hunter fans, do y'all agree with that? You feel like it's too dumbed down? Let me turn this. I feel like it's a little loud.
Thanks for knuckle fucking that follow button.
Okay, turn that down a little bit. Bad in-game and less friction. So it wasn't just me. So it just felt like there wasn't enough in-game content. Moving your camera to that area of the camp, too bad. 12 FPS for you. Asking Gemma to make a new weapon. Here are some game freezes and UI glitches. So they still haven't patched the game and made it run better. That's unfortunate. And then they dumbed it down. The fact that 7-year-old Monster Hunter World runs better, looks better, and won't crash compared to this, honestly, is just sad. To be fair, wasn't Monster Hunter World unoptimized when it first came out? They probably had patches that came out in the last 7 years. It's been 7 years since the last one. Meanwhile, there's 1 million concurrent console players. Do you have a link to confirm that? Because from my understanding, there's no way to actually track online console players. Do you have a link to confirm that? Otherwise, I'm not going to believe that. I know there's 1 million concurrent players for Rematch right now. Does this rating affect your game draft with the GI crew? That's a good question. I'm going to have to put that in the group chat and see. I didn't pick this game. I think Watts did. The lack of personality compared to previous games. Okay. It's not a good look. You might be itching to wield the best Monster Hunter Wild weapons, but frame rate drops. That's going over the same shit. You get it. Yo, fix the fucking game, Capcom. This makes me a little worried for that new Onimusha game, man. Is that shit going to be optimized on PC? Because if not, I'll just get the console version. This happened to Rise and World, so in 7 years it'll be optimized, unfortunately. I don't know why they're so bad at PC ports. That's unfortunate. So if you're looking to try the game, get it on sale, because right now it's not in the best state. Onimusha is level-based, not open world. Well, something being level-based has nothing to do with optimization. I played games that weren't optimized and were level-based. Optimization is just optimization. So yeah, Onimusha could be in a bad situation too. Why are companies so intent on releasing unfinished games? I've talked about this on stream before. I think a lot of times we as consumers look at it from a place of malice or poor intent, like they're trying to put out a bad product. I can't speak for every company, but I do think for mostly Japanese studios, the issue is talent. What a lot of Japanese studios, they make games. You got to keep in mind, all the main consoles come from Japan. They mainly make games for consoles, so they're just not used to. You got to keep in mind, like, PC gaming is mainly an American, European, and then South American market, but PC gaming is not as big in Japan. So I actually think it's more of a talent issue. So I think the better thing to say is I would rephrase the question to, if you have all this money as a corporation, why don't they focus on bringing in talent that knows how to optimize games for PC? I think that's the better question. Why continue? And that might be Japanese work culture. I know with Japanese work culture, when you get hired, they just work at that company for the rest of their life. But it sounds like these companies need to start hiring outside talent to teach them how to optimize games better for PC. But I genuinely don't think it's, if it's for the West, you could argue malice, but I think for Japanese companies, it's more of a talent issue. I think biggest PC market in Asia is South Korea. Correct. Yeah, that's the biggest PC market. But like in China, it's mobile games. So yeah, like in Japan, they play PlayStation and Nintendo, and they go to arcade still. Like PC's not big over there. Xbox ain't big either. Like Bethesda releasing that. Like, yeah, you could say Bethesda has malice and poor intent because we have a ton of data that shows they don't give a fuck. And the reason, to be honest, they don't give a fuck is because y'all fixed the game. I'm gonna be honest, if I was Todd Howard too, like the head of Bethesda, I wouldn't fix my game either because I know you niggas gonna fix it. You're gonna bitch about it, buy it, and fix it. So why do more work?
But unfortunately, dick riding is not a proper form of transport.
They still making websites like it's 95 in Japan. Yeah, so I think it's more of a cultural issue. That's why. Will they figure it out? I hope so. Otherwise, just stick to buying Japanese games on console. Don't buy them on PC. People keep saying I shouldn't have to go out of my way to find good games, but what does that actually mean? Scrolling through an endless catalog of mostly good games? I know for a fact because y'all say it in the chat all the time. Like, you don't even, most of you guys don't even have to go through endless scrolling to find good games. Because I know for a fact, a lot of y'all say in the chat, y'all be trying to put y'all friends on to good games and they refuse to play them. I think I have a TikTok. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. I have a TikTok about that shit, actually. Hold up. Let me, where is it at? I might as well bring it up now. TikTok. No. I know I saved it. I might have forgot to put it in the notes. Here, let me go back in here. I know I had a TikTok about that shit. That's a TikTok. It was this one right here. It's this right here. So like that's why saying modern games sucks is disingenuous, having to try to find. You don't have to try to find games. I know a lot of y'all say it in the chat. Y'all be trying to put y'all homeboys on, but for some reason they act like this. He perfectly described it, so I had to save this video because it was funny.
I fuck you like that. Trying to convince your homies to play a new game is like trying to baptize demons. I could probably teach pigeons quantum physics before I get my homies on a new game. It's like my friends was born to resist change. You can show your homies a new game that cures cancer, pays rent, does taxes, and they'll still turn around and be like, nah, I'm good. Mind you, these are the same people talking about, bro, it's no games to play. Bro, you buy 2K and Madden every year. Bro, it's no way you bought a console to play the same 3 games. Gamers are the only people on the planet that you have to convince them to do their hobby. You're sitting here acting like I'm trying to...
That's such a fucking bar. Shout out to this dude. What's his name? Bad Habits. Go hit him with a follow. That's a bar. Gamers are the only people on earth you have to convince these niggas to do their hobby. Run that back.
There's no way you bought a console to play the same 3 games. Gamers are the only people on the planet that you have to convince them to do their hobby.
That's facts. People who love movies, them niggas got that movie pass at AMC for $22 a month. They be watching movies you never heard of. People who love books, they in Barnes and Nobles Monday to fucking Friday. People who love music, they buying vinyls, they running blogs, they putting you on the music. But gamers, they sit on the internet and say ain't no games because it don't got a ball or a gun in it, bruh.
Now listen. That's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about
I'm mad I never thought of it. That's such a fucking bar. And it makes me wonder, why are we the only ones that do this shit, bruh? Well, not me, you niggas, bruh.
Like the Sinister Six. Bro, I'm over here acting like I'm asking him to stop Sozin's comment. If I walk up on a crack
Sozin's comment
to try this new strand, he's not finna think twice. Why would I fuck you like that? You really think I'm trying to put you on a trash game? I wasted my money. I told bro, hey, you should try this Souls game. They fun and challenging. He gonna say, nah, it looks boring. Bitch, you're on 2K. You didn't even try it. I deadass be in the party playing solo games while everyone else playing 2K or Warzone. I could deadass teach a caveman witch
Link,
before getting my
I got you.
on a new game.
And you know what? Going back to that argument about modern games being suck. Here's another point I thought about. Another reason why arguing modern games sucks, and it's not that case. You guys just need to expand your horizons. Not only do we have Game Pass and PS Plus, but every platform, well, I don't know, Xbox, at least on Steam and PlayStation, there's Game Share.
This stream when you could be stalking. I mean,
for those on PC, you can share your game library with up to 5 people for free. And you could still play your games. You just can't access the game your friends or family are playing. And they can share their lobby with you. 5 people. If you get a friend group, you guys will never have to pay for fucking single player games if you all agree one person gets this game, one person gets this. It's so consumer friendly. So it blows my mind when people are like, oh, I don't know what to play. Games are too expensive. You don't. And then on PlayStation, you can share with at least one person, I believe. So you don't even have to pay for half of these fucking games, and these niggas refuse to try anything. I'm like, yo, I just think niggas is frauds. Here's the link, though. So I thought about it more about what he said. I was like, there's so many angles I could attack this argument. I just don't think y'all like games like how y'all think y'all say y'all do. Y'all like games with balls and guns.
New follower.
And that's why your argument was there's a lack of variety in the genre of game. Man, this man said, man, back in the day, we had NFL this, NFL that. Why? Realistically, right? If you're an adult, the average gamer is 35 years old. Realistically, if there were 20 football games right now, you wouldn't even be able to play them all because you don't have the time. You have school, family, kids, your significant other, even your own personal hobbies, your well-being, your mental health. You don't have the time to play all these football games. Like, what are we talking about? And we know you don't have the time to play all these football and basketball games because the reason I was reading the comments, this is really concerning. Like half the comments, why does he keep bringing up sales? In games, sales do matter. I wasn't talking about the quality of the product. I kept bringing up sales because one of the reasons why there's not 20 basketball games is because you guys won't buy them. That's the reason they don't exist. Now, Madden's different because they bought the license for NFL. But beforehand, all those football games that he listed that were out alongside Madden, y'all didn't buy them back then. I was alive back then. Y'all were buying Madden back then. So you're talking about we had so much variety. We had NFL Game Day. You weren't playing NFL Game Day. That's the part of the reason why EA was able to scoop up the license. Y'all didn't buy NBA. It's such a disingenuous argument. Y'all don't play games. And these be the same ones that'll question a girl that says she likes video games. Name every Call of Duty ever. I could just dismantle that argument so easily. They mostly play the same games or whatever their favorite influencer plays. Like Splitgate. That didn't become popular until then. I think the time and the attention it takes is the issue. Friends barely playing a game or care for only 2 hours to hurry up and get on COD. Watch, and I predict it. At the end of the year, the best-selling games will once again be Madden, FIFA, 2K, and college football. Top 4 again. But shout out to this creator. Hit him with a follow. Bad habits. That was a fucking bar, bro. This is the only group of people where you gotta beg them to do their hobby. Shit is crazy. And I got one more argument. A third one. Free to play games. That's another reason modern gaming doesn't suck. When I was a kid, there was not hundreds of games on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation that you could download for free and never have to pay a thing. Something like Fortnite, when I was a kid, would have been fucking mind-blowing. That's why I understand why the kids don't get off that shit, bro. Obviously, people are buying skins, but you don't have to. You don't have to. We had demo discs. That was it. And that demo disc was 30 minutes to an hour at best. Like, what are we talking about, bro? I think it's just nostalgia. Motherfuckers didn't want to play baseball games. Yeah, that's why there's only one MLB The Show, I believe. It's a crazy time. It's a crazy time. I think it's just nostalgia classic. People getting older and they looking back at their childhood a little bit more fonder than what it actually was. The demo discs used to go crazy. They used to go crazy to some degree. Facts. So that's the first batch of articles that I got for you. Facts, as much as I hate them, there are a few that are legit good, especially. Yeah, like, that's why I'm gonna be feeling bad for you fucking broke ass PS4 niggas, bro. If you just save $50 a month, you can get a fucking PS5 in like fucking 6 months, dude. And the crazy part, like when I was a kid, you had to save money for the console and the game. And then when Xbox Live came out, you had to get the Xbox Live too. Half these free-to-play games don't require Xbox Live or PS Plus. So all you need is the console. And you got about 10 different free-to-play games that you could play until you save enough money to get a different game. Like, I don't want to hear about modern games as ass. The modern business practice of gaming is ass. That's a whole different conversation, but that has nothing to do with gaming.